Welcome back to the Wildlands, and in tonight's episode of Our Off-Grid Life, I'll give you a brief cabin update. We'll go down into the garden and we look at our new nursery that we're constructing, and also we place the remaining eggs that were left after Gloria hatched out her new baby chicks. We had 6 eggs left and we put them in our incubator. We didn't have much hope. We'll find out later whether any of those eggs hatch or not. So let's go over to the incubator and see how we did and if any of those eggs hatched. This was the first time using our incubator. We basically took the eggs that Gloria had stopped sitting on and we put them in the incubator, and we had it on 24 hours a day. And because the eggs were past their due date when they should have hatched, we didn't hold out much hope. But lo and behold, we got chickie number 6.
She's walking about. What you got there, Rose? Oh, it's another sister. Oh, that's exciting, that is. Mama's going to come and see you now. Oh, you're hungry, that's sad. Where's my babies? Where are they then? Are they coming? Up to get. You're going to be a busy mama, aren't you? Baby number 6.
And next we head over to Castell Branco, to the castle itself, which is in the hill in the centre of Castell Branco. We decided it was time we had an afternoon off and started once a week taking Rosie out interesting places. So the castle you see here is a medieval Portuguese castle. It's also known locally as the Templars Castle, and this Romanesque castle was constructed under the orders of King Alfonso II of Portugal. First fortification wall was constructed by the Knights Templar between 1214 and 1230, thereby extending their defensive line, and the master of the Knights Templar ordered the construction of a palace for his knights commanders around the same time. There's little left of the huge original fortifications, as in the 18th century stones were allowed to be used in the construction of houses in the town and other town buildings. The walls were also damaged by several storms and lost to landslides, but nevertheless the castle is well worth a visit and the views are absolutely fabulous. So welcome back to the cabin build, and this is Rosie's cabin. She's super excited. It's nearing completion. So what exactly do we have left to do? How long will it take? And more importantly, can we afford it? So the next job, you'll see the cabin is fairly tidy. Missy and I spent half a day tidying it up after all the work. We've been storing all our tools in here. So we're ready now to put on the floor, and the floor is basically going to be battens, which you can see here, and 3 centimetre insulation boards, which are going to go lattice work across the floor and insulate the floor from any cold coming up from the bottom. And then on top of the battens and the insulation, we will have floorboards which are tongue and groove and locked together, and we're repurposing the floorboards that have been out in the rain and the sun for the last year on our original cabin, which we shelved last year. So we're on a mission to get the floor done fairly quickly, because we have Phoenix, my son, coming to stay with us in a week and a half, and he's going to be staying in the cabin here. So we want this floor downstairs is going to be floorboarded, so that needs to be done. And then over in this corner we've got a Vevor heater to fit, and we've got to power that to 12-volt diesel heater, so it runs off diesel to provide the heat. We've got one in our van, which is absolutely superb. We've had it since we built the van. It's absolutely pucker, keeps us warm and toasty in the winter. So what we've got to do with the Vevor diesel heater is we've got to wire it in, as it's 12-volt, to our new Bluetti power bank box, which we'll do a full review on when we install the diesel heater. And again, we would like to try and get the heater in the next week and a half, because it's still quite cold at night, and we want the Bluetti to power up the heater and keep Phoenix nice and toasty in the evenings and through the night while he's asleep. Once those things are done, what we've got to do after that is we've got the plastering to do. You can see the walls are currently OSB on the outside, which has got the cladding on top of that and the house wrap under that as well. So we're going to plaster that. So we're going to put up plasterboard, we're going to put up skirting boards, and then we're leaving the roof with the beams. So that'll be decorated, but we do need to fill all the cracks and gaps. So that's another little job. Won't take too long. Part of the decorating. Rose is very excited about decorating. I think we're going to do the beams one colour and the roof itself in another colour, sort of medieval style maybe, but I think Rosie's thinking of 2 shades of orange, because she's doing her cabin theme and walls in an orange colour. And then upstairs, you see currently we have a ladder here. So said ladder needs to be taken away, and I need to build stairs, so I've got to make some stairs and construct them. So I've got to put my carpentry skills to the test. So that's another chore stroke job. I'm looking forward to that, although it's going to be quite difficult. So I've never made stairs before. And then upstairs, equally in the eaves, which are like this, and like the walls, we're going to plaster that. So they're like this shape, obviously. We're going to plaster the side right down to the bottom, and then I think we're going to put cupboards that are straight up the sides. And then I've also got to make a bed for Rosie, because she's going to be sleeping upstairs. That's going to be her bedroom, and I think that's probably what will get done this year if we're lucky. However, we are very skint at the moment, so maybe not all of that will be forthcoming, but we do have a lot of that already here at the Wildlands, so we can get a lot of those jobs started and done in the near future. And then outside through the door where the balcony is and the veranda, we've got to put floors down there, and we've got to put the balcony and veranda fencing or railings up, which we'll probably get to next year. That's a fairly big job. Looking forward to that. That's going to look very nice. And then upstairs where the roof meets the floor, we've got our bird's mouth joins here, but we've got gaps here, so we need to put battens across and seal that all up, so that keeps out the wind and the draft and the rain, of course. And then this will be plastered, as I mentioned earlier, down to the floor, and then we'll be insulating the roof as well. So much to do. So there we go. That's a cabin update. Hopefully I can show you the video for the floor going in the next week or two. So our next update this week is we've started building our nursery area for our plant nursery. You can see I've been digging a trench. We've started doing a lot of propagating and planting on lots of plants. And if you'd like to see what we're up to on our plant nursery, then head over to our other channel, The Wildlands Garden. We've got a YouTube channel, and soon we'll have a new Instagram page. It'd be lovely if you could follow us there, and you can stay in touch and see what we're propagating, what we're building in the nursery, how the market garden is doing, and a wonderful food forest. We'll be doing a food forest tour in year 2, also on the new channel at the Wildlands Garden. So we'll see you there. let's go back into the chickens. Right, ladies, where Gloria and her chicks are in the secure pen. All right, ladies, only me. So there's Mama Gloria, and this is Betty, who's also adopted and is assisting Gloria, as there are so many chicks. Oh, isn't that darling? Why aren't you getting big? So that one that just jumped off there, that is chick number 5, who was the straggler of the first 5 that were born. She was about a week later. And chick number 5 has been sponsored by Expedition Douglas. I'll put a link to their channel or their socials in the description. But they wanted to metaphorically adopt and sponsor. So chick number 5 is now Dora the Explorer. Come in, Dora, where are you? There she is. And she's a big girl now. And she's got wonderful markings on the top of her head. And there's Betty, and she's adopted chick number 6. Hello, Betty. And chick number 6 was the one that we saw at the beginning of the video coming out of the incubator. And chick number 6 has been sponsored by my lovely mum, who has named her Trixie. So Trixie the Sixie. And here she is, and I think she's now 3 days old. Isn't that amazing? And there's Dora again. So we've got 4 chicks remaining that will either be rehomed, or if you would like to sponsor a chick for €5 a month, you can head over to our Patreon. So we have 3 fairly yellow ones. So we've got one that's almost, this one here is almost white but has beautiful markings. We have this brownie gold one who's getting some stunning wings in. And there's Dora again. And the 2 yellowy ones that look like they're going to be maybe Dora's daughters or even Betty's. So what a wonderful week for chicks. So we ended up with 6. Never hatched out chicks in an incubator before. That was exciting. We'll be doing that again in the summer and trying to hatch out some of Dolly's eggs. And here, for those of you that are new to the channel, here's Dolly. Dolly is a silkie. Isn't she wonderful? And this beautiful chap here is Flapjack, who's now running away from me. And Gloria hatched him too. Isn't he stunning? And he's not her son, and we got his fertilised egg from our friends Willem and Art. And there goes Dolly, isn't she a strange one? So I'll see you shortly, ladies and gent. So thanks very much for watching our daily life off-grid from the wildlands in central Portugal. And if you'd like to see how we live off-grid without being connected to the mains, be that for water, electricity or sewage, and how we live our life gardening and trying to get to a point where we're self-sustaining ourselves and growing all our own food, and make sure you subscribe for weekly updates on our progress from the wildlands. So once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Ciao.